Okay.
Hey guys, welcome. Cindy Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my good friend May here from Savvy Explorer Travel Agency. May, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling awesome. How are you, Cindy?
You know, I have the confetti for you because we're celebrating
Yay!
today. You guys,
Damn.
May just graduated our Careers on Vacation program, which is our
Yay!
12-week mastermind. And I just wanted you guys to learn about May's story today. So, May, if you would share with everybody where you were before taking Careers on Vacation and where you are now in your journey.
Before Careers on Vacation, I was in limbo. I had unfortunately signed up with the MLM. Don't do that. And that was
Don't do that.
that was a no-no. But you know what? I'll say this. You take every lesson and you learn from it. And that's
Yep.
what I did. And
Yep.
so what I didn't learn from that, I got into Careers on Vacation and found out what I missed. And it was so much.
Mm,
I was in limbo. I didn't know anything. I wanted so much because when I thought I was going to be into travel, I was eager. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get in here. But there was
yeah.
nothing to support me. So, but when I saw Cindy on those YouTubes just being so full of vibrant and vigor and just letting you know there is really an industry out here that can provide you something other than trying to DIY, I was
Mm.
all in.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I think there's a drastic difference coming from an MLM, which if you guys are new, you might not know what that means. MLM is more of a multi-level marketing. There are a lot of travel MLMs, and the business model for an MLM. I have other videos on that, so go check that out. But the business model is more like recruit your friends, and you'll make money from the monthly memberships or whatever. That's like I've been doing this for 30 years, and we what we focus on. I'm not going to talk bad about anyone else. But what we focus on is making you true travel agents and really focus on the education of travel, how to scale your business up, not making money recruiting others because that gets really old really quick, right? If your love is
Yes.
travel and you want to sell travel, I would say maybe the MLM route's not for you. If you love to recruit, by all means, be our guest, right? But May, in your case, you're like, I love travel and I'm feeling a little unsupported. So, what do you feel like, making that transition now, going through Careers on Vacation, where you did get support, training, best practices, all the things? Where is your
Mhm.
business today, and what do you feel like has been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
Going from not knowing where I was going and to jumping into a real career and on my vacation, I have gone in these 12 weeks from for real earning as I learn. Actually, during this whole time, I have sold over 21,000
Woo!
in sales.
Wait, I have more confetti for that. I have more confetti. You know, I have all my buttons from training class. May, that's amazing. Going from like feeling frustrated and not having sales to making
Nothing.
$21,000 earning while you are learning. That's amazing. $21,000 in sales. That is so amazing. I'm so proud of you. I remember that
Yeah.
first sale that you got. You posted in our support group and you're like, this is what I did. This stuff works. Oh my gosh, I just had this big sale. And I remember just your enthusiasm. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, like real systems, real processes, what a difference it makes when you're marketing and you see that first conversion and you're like, oh, and don't you feel like you have it figured out now because now you're going to know how to repeat that process for the rest of your life?
Absolutely, absolutely. Me and my husband talk about that often. He said it has to be something you're saying. I say, but you know, when you work in careers on vacation, the coaching and the mind setting and all the good things that they
Mm,
tie in together to
yes.
make it cohesively, you just can't do one without the other. It just doesn't
Yeah, and
happen.
speaking of mindset, so you know mindset's a cornerstone of our program. We have the
Yes.
amazing Brandon who does our mindset. I
Amazing.
train you guys on mindset. We have a combo. I did mindset for a long time, but then I realized, I needed extra support, and who better than the amazing Brandon? But
Absolutely.
talk to us a little bit about how the mindset work impacted you either in your life or business as you went through the program or after.
Well, what I've learned from being with the mindset, and as Brandon will often say, is you have choices. And that's so
Mm,
true. You have choices either to do or not. And that goes with your relationship, your job, anything in life. And he used a lot of life
Yeah.
situations and a lot of the mindsetting, and he cooperated it into what we were doing with the modules, or however we were, or even if you were one on one, he would really like get in your face and like, okay, come on.
I love that so much. I know exactly what you're talking about because we have Brandon come to our team meetings too, and we do that with the staff. But I love what you said. You have choices to do or to not. When you don't make a choice, that's still a choice, right? You
Choice.
don't get the help that you need, you made a
That's
choice,
right.
right? You don't do the thing you know
Absolutely.
you needed to do to get the result, that was a choice. Not doing inaction is still a choice. I love that. I hadn't heard Brandon say that before, but I know he is always has you
Yeah.
guys on the right track. And something I learned early on in my career, because I started training travel agents in my 20s. I'm now approaching the big 50. I'm 47 this year. 40. I'll be 48 this year. Oh my gosh. But I've been doing this for a minute, y'all. Yeah, I'm ready. It's all good. I mean, come on, we're just getting started. But point being is when I started being 22, 23, and I was working for RCI Travel, one of the biggest travel brands in the world at the time. And I was
Mhm.
training hundreds of agents a year. And what I learned from doing that is, because I was kind of a natural salesperson, like I didn't have to work that hard at it. But what I learned about people was if you could get them to make that mind shift, and back then there weren't words like mindset and manifesting, all the stuff we have now to support us. But even back then, being really young and and I was like, why don't they get it? Like, it was so easy for me. And so I really started to work hard in the trenches, right? Like, how do I get results
Yeah.
from these new travel agents? And what I realized so early, and I'm so glad I did, because that's why this is in all of our programs 30 years later, is if you can help someone make that shift in perception about what they're capable of, and
Absolutely.
start them thinking like a top performer, start them thinking like a business owner, start them thinking
Mhm.
like a six-figure
Mhm.
earner, that's that's the only time it can happen. And so that's why we've integrated that in the program, and that's why I always ask. And you were very open to mindset, May, so kudos to you. What I love is when we have a skeptic and they're like, yeah, I don't need all that, I don't need all that, and then sometimes they'll end up coming back and go, what was the most valuable thing?
It is. It is. It's
Because
very
it
valuable.
ties. You're right. You
Very
can't
valuable.
you can do one without the other, but it won't be as good, right? Like
No.
if you get that part right, that's what
Mhm.
when you leave the program. Of course, you still have our grad community and those things, but at the end of the day, this is you work from home or while you travel the world and whatever, but you're mostly by yourself. So you have to have those tools to push yourself every day and to keep on
Yes.
track with your vision, and to really like, this is what I'm working towards. And on the hard days, it's more important than on the easy days. Like it's all a good day when you're making $20,000 in sales. Yeah, that's awesome. But the day where May was putting all her infrastructure together and things weren't coming together and things weren't whatever, she had
That's
to
true.
stop,
Woo.
reset, get the help she needed, and move forward. And that's where I
Absolutely.
feel like in our industry, so many travel agents quit, right? Like they get frustrated and they're like, it's just too much. I can't figure it out, blah, blah, blah. I'll just do something else. But kudos to you for leaning in. I love that mindset story. May, walk me back to the beginning when you found this crazy lady, me, on the internet, YouTube or Facebook or wherever you found. I know you mentioned YouTube. And what was that process like for you? I think a lot of people watching these videos, they're like, who is this lady on the internet? Is she the real deal? What's happening here? Um, and you've been in class with me for the last 3 months. So, but what was that process like for you to make the decision? And now looking back, compared to like YouTube Cyndi that you knew before and what you actually get in the program, what was that like for you personally?
Well, I'm a YouTuber, so when I seen you on YouTube, I just, just binged out, and I wanted to know. And you are authentic. And you mentioned that as we were going through the various modules, you said for us when we're doing our videos and when we're doing our training, most of all, when you're working with your customer, client, or whatever you choose to call them, be authentic with them. Be for real. Be
Mm,
who you really are, because that's the
yeah.
person they're going to learn to trust and work with. And if you're one way and then you might have a bad day and they get that crazy, you come out, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
But you have been authentic, and not only in the groups, in our sessions, on our videos. So the Cyndi Williams you see is the Cyndi Williams. I don't live with her, but the, I've
So,
got the same Cyndi the whole time.
I love it. No, and that's what that you're so right because I model what I teach, right? And I think when everyone starts like because in our program, guys, we help you put together a video strategy. In May, you were so good with all of your video challenges and your practice videos. You really did a great job with those. But one of the
Thank you.
things I learned early on, I think everybody makes this mistake when they first get into the YouTube game or the video strategy, is they try to be what people think they want, right? I'm going to
Right.
be the professional, whatever travel agent. I'm going to, you try to be something you're not, right? Like I, on my best day, cannot be as amazing as May is. And May can't be Cyndi. Like we can't be each other. You just have to be
As you do.
you. And it's like
Mhm.
drawing, and that's what the video challenge, right? Like getting you guys to draw out the best of what is you, I think is so important. So I love that. Video challenge doesn't come up a lot on these calls, but we were talking about authenticity, and you're right, like week after week. And I think it's funny because whenever I have the week one people, because the week ones kind of come in, and I go into my call, and I mean, sometimes guys, there's swearing that happens. I mean, there's a lot that happens in those private mastermind calls, but it really is a fun environment because
It is.
I'm me at my like if you think the YouTube was fun, you should be in one of our classes because it's highly entertaining. But I wouldn't have it any other way because my students are great, and it's so fun because YouTube, it's like talking head. But when I get you guys in class, I'm like, well, what do you think about that? And let me tell you how what I,
Absolutely.
it's more of a going back and forth, which is really cool and hands on, right? Like you get that hands on support. Um, May, what would you tell that person who's out there watching this video right now and they don't know what they're doing or they feel a little bit overwhelmed, or maybe
Yes,
they're in
yeah.
an MLM like you were, or maybe they're just feeling frustrated, or maybe they're just thinking about getting in the industry and they want to make sure they do everything right and they don't make mistakes, or they're sitting on the fence about working with Careers on Vacation. Now that you've been through the program, what would you say to that person who's on the fence about getting started with us?
Honestly, I would tell them just like when I referred you even recently. What are you waiting for? Because actually, the do it yourself, that's not the way to go. You're going to waste money, you're going to waste time, energy, and you're going to get frustrated, and you will lose your interest because you're trying to be cheap.
Yeah.
So, and basically, get off the fence. Invest in yourself. If you want a quality career or vacation or whatever lifestyle that you're trying to create for yourself, you're going to have to invest in yourself. Get off the fence, invest in yourself, make a good choice, and join.
You guys heard it from May 1st. She's been through the program. And I think that's one of those things that, that's why we do these interviews because they can hear it from you guys. But if you guys want to learn a little bit more about Careers on Vacation, go to careersonvacation.com/ready now where you can apply for the program. And how it works, and May went through this process too. We just have a
Oh, yeah.
discovery call with you first to learn about what your personal goals are. We learn where you're at. Are you brand new? Are you experienced but frustrated? Are you, like May was with an MLM? We want to understand where you are today and what your goals are. Careers on Vacation has 2 learning tracks, one for brand new agents and one for experience. Like May had some experience coming in, so she went on our more experienced track. So based on where you are, we want to understand if it's a match to work together, and if it is, we'll walk you through how to apply for the program. If not, we're still going to give you some great tips and advice and send you on your way with love and abundance as we always do. But May, I want to say again, congratulations. I'm so
Thank
glad that you
you.
leaned into like growing your travel business bigger at the end of last year. And I'm glad that we're coming into 2022 and you are in wave season now with all of the things in place, the
Yeah,
structure, the system. And I'm just so excited for you, my friend. And you're
thank
going to grad
you.
group. You're not going too far. But anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
Please join Careers on Vacation. If you don't do anything but do the mindset and just
Yeah.
really think about it, because it's worth the investing. If you're really thinking, oh well, I've been uh, planning trips with families for years, it's a difference.
It's
It
not the
is.
same. Yeah.
It
I
is
think that I
not.
think that's the biggest misconception. Like, well, it's just like planning my own travel, right?
No,
Like,
it's
no,
not.
especially COVID and all of the things. And May, you have a certification now. You're Careers on Vacation certified. So you're able to use that in your expert positioning. So,
Thank you.
guys, I'll put all the links below, and give May a big thumbs up on this video. She did so much work in the past 12 weeks. And May, I can't wait to see what Savvy Explorer Travel does in the next year. I'm so thrilled for you, my friend.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed the program.
You are so welcome. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
It's calling me.